Rise from the ashes. Hello, guys and gals. Today we will be doing a deep clean of my old PC. Hopefully, you guys can learn a thing or two. I mean, that's the point of the video. The parts we will need are the bag for screws, screwdriver, dust rag, alcohol, 90 or above, hopefully, 2 Q-tips, and thermal paste. Now, let's just take off the side panel right here, and I already have the screws in the bag, as you can see, so we can just hopefully pop off the side panel. Have it come easy. You'll want the motherboard side facing up, You can clean off the back end with the dust rag, but it's the motherboard that's important. Just clean off the side panel right here, give it a nice rub down, and now we are going to grab a screwdriver, undo the GPU, and just put that on the side, with the bag. Undo this cord that's in the way, you know. Memoir is where that cord is, though. We need to, put it back once we're done cleaning everything. So let's undo the RAM sticks. We'll have to pull down the brackets, take them out. It's pretty easy. Just gotta be careful. Put them on top of the bag or somewhere on the side. Now we're going back to the GPU. We need to undo the bracket like we did with the RAM sticks, and it'll take a second. Gotta get my finger down there. And there we go. Okay, now we just need to take that out. It's a pretty old GPU, actually. So this is an old computer. I hardly ever use it. It's just the same concept. Clean this GPU and make sure that it's all good and nice. Don't, do too much. Now we're going to pull this second cord out, memorize where that is. We're going to have to plug it back in again. And next we are going to undo the fan connected to the cooler. So gotta just undo that. It's kind of a pain. You gotta make sure you can't break the pins or don't break the pins. It takes a while. At this point, I'm just wiggling it softly. Then I need to get a screwdriver, and I got the fan out now. So now we're going to leave that there. Oh, there's a lamp right here. Great. And now we are going to get the cooler off. This is a old one, so yours should be a metal bracket with screwdrivers, but this one's like a twist off plastic one. I don't even know exactly what it is, but it it's pretty easy. Just gotta undo it, put that away, and once it's done, it takes me a little bit because I have no idea what this cooler is. Up, there we go, got it off. Now, as you can see, we got some thermal paste. It's very dry on the CPU and the cooler. Now, this is, again, I've never actually cleaned this PC besides just kind of, wiping it down on the outside. So we're going to, first things first, we're going to take out the CPU. Be careful, CPUs are very delicate. And there we go. Now let's put this off to the side where we can keep it safe. Move the PC out of the way. Clean off the table because I own cats and dogs. Now we're going to take our cooler. We're going to clean it. Usually you want to blow it out, but I don't have an air gun or air compressor or air can, so we're just going to use our dust rag, make it all nice and pretty. So clean that off, get everything. Blowing it out with my own lungs because that's what God gave us for air blowers. Now we're going to grab the Q-tips and the alcohol. We got 2 Q-tips, one dry, one alcohol. So we're going to do the dry one first, get off any dry flecks from the thermal paste. Now I do it for like 30 seconds or so until anything comes off. And now we're going to dip the other one into the alcohol. We don't want the alcohol to be like dripping off the Q-tip, so I push it off to the side, make sure there's no drip. We want it soaked but not dripping or anything. We don't want this going anywhere except on the bronze plate of the cooler. Now that that's all soaked, we're going to dry it again, and I do about 30 seconds again. Make sure it's all dry. Make sure you also get the sides as well, because a lot of people don't get the sides. Now, you're doing that, and it is done. Okay, so let's put that off to the side. Now we're gonna grab our CPU, take off the thermal paste. Now, you have to be careful with CPUs. They're very delicate. So we're gonna do the dry flake again, dry Q-tip, flake everything off. Now that that's done, we're gonna grab the alcohol, dip it in, make sure it's not soaking, get all the residue off of the thermal paste. Make sure that we also get the sides like we did last time. And yep, just about that done. And now we're gonna dry it, get the sides, and that's nice, gorgeous. Blow it off just in case, And now put that away for safekeeping. Now we move the PC down, and we're gonna do the power supply. So this is very important with the power supply. We need to make sure that when we blow it out or cling it, however we do not have the fans spinning at all. That can destroy your power supply if the fans are spinning, because it generates energy. So let's unscrew the power supply, bing, bang, boom, and we're out. So now that we're out, we're going to give it a nice wipe down, get all the dust off. This is why I'm having a grounding thing on my wrist, so static electricity doesn't make anything explode. Don't have to worry too much about it. Be careful of the power supply and the CPU chip. I almost broke that. So if you can blow it out, it's a good idea. Just make sure the fans do not, spin. Now let's grab our CPU. There should be a golden arrow or something somewhere to tell you how it goes in. So make sure that matches. Make sure you get it in there and feel like you're about to destroy your CPU by having it pushed down so hard. Get some thermal paste on. I like doing the X just because it's the simplest way for me. Now I kind of had to learn how to do this. This isn't the best thermal paste. It's kind of hard. Now we're gonna have the cooler on top of it. Make sure that's all nice and even. Now with the coolers, you're gonna want to make sure that it matches where you put your brackets. This one's a little odd, like I said earlier. You'll want to pull it off, see how well the thermal paste spreads. If it looks good, you can just put it back on there. And you want to make sure that your brackets are tight, but not too tight. You don't want it bending. So next we're going to do the fan connection right here, put that back in. And after that, we are going to do the RAM sticks. Now, you gotta be careful, want to make sure that the divot matches the other divot in the little slots. You want to push it down, make sure they connect. The best slots are 2 and 4, so however you want to do that. Now we grab the GPU, we do the same thing we did with the RAM sticks, make sure the bracket's down to get it in there, make sure it's all nice, and then we slot it in just like the RAM stick. Okay, now that that is in, we are gonna grab a screw. We're gonna grab a screwdriver and screw it in the bracket like we had to undo it. And next, after we got the screws in, we're going to plug everything back in, like from the power supply that we undid earlier. And we're gonna screw in our power supply, make sure we get this piece. Now, this piece right here is a little complicated. There's like 2 squares and 2 ovals. You'll want to make sure those match the slots. And that should do it. Okay, so let's grab our side panel, slot that in nice and easy, beautiful. Now I'm gonna clip mine down because mine has clips. Yours is probably gonna be a glass one. So be very careful, glass ones are delicate. We're gonna screw in the back side panel, and we're going to give it a nice wipe down, make it all nice. Now the easy part, we gotta plug in our cord to the power supply, plug that into the, extension, flip the switch, turn on PC, and bing, bang, boom, we're done. Thank you guys for watching the video. And as always, many blessings, and see you guys later.